Most people are exhausted not because their lives are too hard, but because they are spending energy in places that will never, ever give anything back. And the worst part is, they don't even realize it's happening. The drain is invisible. The leak is silent. And by the time they notice, an entire day, an entire week, sometimes an entire year is already gone. Emotionally intelligent people figured something out that most people haven't. Energy is not unlimited. Attention is not unlimited. And where you consistently spend those two things determines almost everything about the quality of your life. So they made a decision, quietly and deliberately, to stop spending in certain places entirely. Not because they gave up, because they finally understood what was actually worth investing in. The first place they refuse to waste energy is other people's opinions of them. This sounds like something everyone agrees with in theory and almost nobody practices in reality. Because the pull of social approval is not logical, it is biological. Your brain is wired to care what others think because historically, being rejected from the group was a death sentence. But emotionally intelligent people have learned to distinguish between feedback that genuinely serves their growth and noise that only serves someone else's ego. They listen to one. They release the other completely. The second place is trying to change people who don't want to change. This is one of the most common and most exhausting emotional investments a person can make. You see the potential in someone, you care about them, and so you push, encourage, explain, and sacrifice enormous amounts of your own energy trying to move someone who has decided, consciously or not, to stay exactly where they are. Emotionally intelligent people grieve that limitation, accept it, and redirect that energy toward people and situations that are actually ready to grow. The third place is replaying conversations that are already over. The argument from last week, the thing you should have said, the moment you handled badly. Most people revisit these scenes dozens of times, and each visit costs real emotional energy without producing any real change. Emotionally intelligent people process what happened, extract whatever lesson exists, and then deliberately close the file. Not because they don't care, because they understand that the past is the one place where no amount of energy will ever produce a return. The fourth place is manufactured urgency. Not everything that feels urgent is actually urgent. Most of what pulls at your attention daily, the notifications, the minor conflicts, the things that feel like they need an immediate response could wait an hour, a day, or forever, without any real consequence. Emotionally intelligent people have trained themselves to pause before responding to anything that feels urgent but isn't actually important. That pause saves enormous reserves of energy for what genuinely matters. The fifth place is performing emotions they don't actually feel. Laughing when nothing is funny. Agreeing when they actually disagree. Pretending to be fine when they clearly are not. This kind of emotional performance is exhausting in a way that is very hard to explain to someone who hasn't noticed it in themselves. Because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like being polite, but it accumulates. And emotionally intelligent people have learned that authentic expression, offered respectfully, costs far less energy than sustained performance ever does. The sixth place is holding on to resentment past its expiration date. Resentment feels like it is doing something. It feels like justice, or at least like protection. But it costs more than almost any other emotional state you can carry. Emotionally intelligent people process their anger, honor what it is telling them about their needs and their boundaries, and then release the resentment itself. Not for the other person, for themselves. Because they understand that carrying someone else's offense indefinitely means paying for something that was never yours to begin with. The deepest truth connecting all of these is that energy follows attention, and attention is a choice, even when it doesn't feel like one. Every place you stop spending energy unnecessarily is a place your actual life can grow.